gentlemen, Richard Madeley.
Thank you. And a warm and husky good morning again to you on Runway. The only big question on today's programme is not just who's going to win, but will the voice hold out till the end of the programme? We'll find out as we check out some passports. Let's just begin with Carol Tong, and we open Carol's passport. We see that Carol lives in Heaton Norris. She's a temporary office worker, and she was born in Manchester. Does this mean that you work in temporary offices, or you work temporarily in permanent offices?
I work temporarily for very short bursts in different offices.
Now, why are you a temp? Is it that you don't particularly like to put down roots, or what?
I do enjoy the moving about, but it helps because I've got 2 young children, so I just sort of work in little quick...
Where it fits in with your life. Good. How old are your children?
9 and 6.
And what are they called?
Rowena's 9 and Edmund's 6.
And are they having a day off school today so they can watch this?
Well, don't tell the teacher.
Don't tell the teacher, because they've got a sore throat. OK, all right, Carol. Nice to meet you. Good luck. And let's move on to Ian now. And this is Ian Ross, and Ian comes from Hardingham in Norfolk. He's a retired government auditor, and he was born in Shanghai. And you've really been around the world, because you worked for the Foreign Office for a few years, didn't you, Ian?
Yes, I was out in the Sultanate of Oman. I worked for them for 5 years.
Is it just a job, really, or do you feel when you are working sort of for the government of the day, as it were, that you are representing your country? Do you feel that deep within?
Well, I don't, it's difficult to say. When I was working for the Sultanate, they were my paymasters, and so...
You did as you were told, yes. And you've also climbed Kilimanjaro, haven't you?
Yes, that was much earlier when I was working in East Africa for a few months. And at the end of the time, I took some leave and went into Tanzania to do the climb.
And is it really a climb, or is it a sort of a rather stiff walk?
Stiff walk, except for the last 3,000 feet.
Yes, and there is snow at the top, isn't there, all the time?
Oh, yes, permanent snow.
So you've actually dipped your toes in the snows of Kilimanjaro. Lucky you. Right, let's move on to Daphne now. And this is Daphne Fowler. And Daphne lives in Weston-super-Mare. Her passport also tells us she's a bank secretary, and she was born in Warwick. Now, being a bank secretary, does that mean that you actually handle, you know, the oodles, the money?
Oh, no, you just write the rotten letters.
You write the rotten letters, do
you?
The
rotten letters.
What, the ones that complain about the computer errors?
No, the ones that start, we regret to advise you, but...
Oh, I've got one of those with me. We'll have to compare notes later, because I want to know how to reply to them. And also, you play skittles, don't you, Daphne?
That's right, yes.
Yeah. Whereabouts?
In the Weston-super-Mare district, the Ladies' League is actually the largest in the country.
Is this actually bowling skittles, or this thing that goes round and round the pole?
No, proper bowling. You know, you have wooden skittle alleys.
And are you good?
I scored 57 last week, which is very good.
Round of applause, come on. Well, we hope you get a good score today, Daphne. Let's move back down the line to Carol now. I hope you can all hear me OK as I croak away. And let's look at the picture that Carol's brought in of herself this morning. Ah, you look very, very sweet. How old were you when that was taken, do you think, Carol?
I think it was 3.
About 3. And was that taken up here in Manchester?
Yes, it was.
Yeah. Oh, you look smashing. OK, let's have a look at the newspaper that was published the day you were born. It's the Daily Telegraph, and emigration was the word on everyone's lips at this time. Adverts like this one were commonplace in the papers. A single flight to Australia would set you back 290 quid, or to New Zealand for 283. And Dennis Healy certainly didn't want to emigrate. Healy had just been selected as Labour's candidate at the Leeds South East by-election, and he won. Right, so Ian, have a guess. How old is Carol?
This is very embarrassing.
I know it is, isn't it? It's meant to be.
Children of 9.
Come along, sir.
32.
32. OK. Daphne?
31.
31. Well, that's made your day, hasn't it?
I'm very pleased.
And I must admit, I'm surprised by your age. You are, in fact.
I'm 38.
She's 38. She doesn't look it, does she? Doesn't look it at all. All right, well, you were the closest when you said 32, Ian, so you get the point. And Carol, here we go. How do you keep so young? What is it? Do you...
It must be the children.
Must be joking. All right, here we go with 3 questions on your year of birth, 1952, right? Here we go. Which group of comedians who included Bud Flanagan were appearing in Nights of Madness at a London theatre?
The Crazy Gang.
2 points. Which American general was entered as a presidential candidate in the New Hampshire primary election?
Eisenhower?
Yes. And the African Queen was showing at the Warner in Leicester Square. Which actor won his only Oscar for his role as Charlie Alnett in the film?
Humphrey Bogart.
That's right. Round of applause. Full house. Well done, Carol. On now to Ian. Let's have a look at the picture you brought in of yourself today, Ian. Oh, very nice, in amongst the runner beans and the raspberries. Where was that taken, do you reckon?
That was in my grandfather's garden in Cambridgeshire.
God, it's a big garden. Looks like a farm. And how old do you think you were, Ian, when that was taken?
Fairly sure I was 5.
5 years old. OK, so let's have a look at the newspaper that was published the day you were born. It's the Daily Mail. And you might find this hard to believe, but this was the front page of the Daily Mail on the day that Ian was born. Cars Biscuits were offering a prize of £400 to the child who did the best colouring in of the picture. And across the Atlantic, Warren Gamaliel Harding had defeated Woodrow Wilson to become the president of the USA. Now, there's a good clue. Daphne, how old is he?
70.
70. OK, Carol?
64.
64. You're very kind, Carol, because, Ian, you are, in fact...
69.
69. So you were the closest, Daphne. You get the 2 points. And here we go with 3 questions on your year of birth, Ian, which was
21.
21. Mrs. A. Melly told the annual meeting of which association that it gave good character training to the military feminine to be enemies of flapperdom. What association were the enemies of flapperdom?
Girl Guides.
Right on, 2 points. Well done. Yeah, incredible. The Omara Opera Company's performance of Il Trovatore was reviewed, but who composed it? Il Trovatore.
Verdi.
Yes, 2 more points. And finally, April Folly was showing at your local cinema. Marion Davis, the star, was for many years associated with the newspaper tycoon on whom Citizen Kane was based. Who was he?
Hearst.
William Randolph Hearst is right. You get 2 more points. Another open house, full house for Ian. Well done. And last but not least, Daphne. Let's have a look at how you used to look many years ago. Oh, what a sweetie. Do you remember the name of the cuddly toy?
No, I remember it was my mother's.
Do you?
And it disappeared when we moved from Warwick to Folkestone.
Left behind somewhere.
Yes.
Maybe nicked by one of the removal men. Who knows? Anyway, that's how you used to look. Well, let's have a look at the Times now. The Times published the day that you were born. And if Daphne's parents had wanted to get away from it all, then the English seaside resorts were offering healthy and bracing winter holidays. However, Spain was not on the list of places to holiday that year because the Civil War was still on and Franco was preparing to occupy Barcelona. Carol, how old is Daphne?
53.
53. OK, Ian? Go for it, Ian.
51.
51. One of them spot on. Who is it, Daphne? Ian.
Ian.
Because
yes.
you are 51.
That's
well
right.
done. So you get the points, Ian. Carol, you put 2 years on her.
I'll get you.
Yeah, she was so nice to you as well. Unfair. Anyway, 3 questions on your year of birth, Daphne, which was
39.
Right. The film Little Miss Broadway was on release, starring which child star?
Shirley Temple.
2 points. Bridget, the sister-in-law of a European dictator, appeared in Highgate Magistrates Court for non-payment of rates. Belle Brainbridge wrote a book imagining the dictator's life with Bridget in Liverpool. Who was this awful man?
Hitler.
2 points. And finally, the birth columns might have mentioned the arrival of one of 2 singing brothers whose hits include Bye Bye Love and Kathy's Clown. What's their surname?
Everly.
Round of applause for Daphne. She's done it too. So a look at the score shows that Carol has 6, Daphne has 8, but Ian, you're on the lead with 10. Well done. Right. So Ian, you can start with the departure boards. Let's have a look at your picture. That means time and space. Let's see the answers. Okay, they're all inventors. Here we go with the first of 9 questions. Who won the Eurovision Song Contest in 1967, barefoot?
Sandy Shaw.
Shaw is right. In Australia, Fremantle and Perth are on which river?
The Swan.
Correct. Under what name does the wife of Sir John Mills write plays?
Bell.
Right. Which TV policeman is assisted by Sergeant Lewis?
Morse.
Yep. Who's the husband of comedian Dawn French?
Hunt.
Not Hunt. Have another go.
Napier.
No. This was one of William Brown's friends. He was one of the outlaws.
Newton.
Oh dear, no, not Newton. He had a lot of wives. A lot of wives.
A lot of wives. Oh, Henry.
Yes, Henry. Okay, so we have Otis left up on the board there. A question about that is so obvious, I'll have to ask you a general one. Which Hungarian inventor made the first mass-produced ballpoint pen?
Biro or Biro.
Absolutely right. Biro is the right pronunciation, and you've got 22 points, Ian. Well done. And let's move on now to Daphne and look at your departure board this morning, Daphne. That means fiction. Can we see the answers? Right, here we go with your first question to match up to those answers, which are all fictional places. What is the name of the fabulous city, which is also the title of a Western starring John Wayne and Robert Mitchum?
El Dorado.
2 points. Literally meaning no place in Greek. What is the title of a work by Sir Thomas More about an imaginary country with an ideal government?
Utopia.
Just like home. What is the name of the hidden paradise in Tibet, described in James Hilton's Lost Horizon?
Shangri-La.
You're doing well. The Prisoner of Zenda is set in which country?
Ruritania.
Right. The legendary spot where King Arthur held his court, it's also the title of a musical by Lerner and Loewe. What's its name?
Camelot.
Right. Man from Where was the title of a TV series starring Patrick Duffy.
The Man from Atlantis.
Atlantis is right. What mythical place gave Olivia Newton-John and the Electric Light Orchestra a #1 hit in 1980?
Xanadu.
Okay. The burial place of King Arthur is also the title of a song recorded by Al Jolson, amongst others. What's its name?
Avalon.
Yes. Can you make it a clean sweep? I can't ask you the question on the last word on the board, so here's a general one. In Norse mythology, what is the name of the hall where the souls of heroes slain in battle were taken by the Valkyries?
Valhalla.
2 more points and a round of applause. Full house. All right, let's see if Carol can do as well. Let's have a look at your departure board this morning, Carol, and that means names, so let's have a look at the answers. Okay, they're all biblical characters. Here we go with your first of 9 questions. Cain and Who is the title of a novel by Jeffrey Archer.
Abel.
Right. What is the surname of the chairman of the NCB from 71 till 82?
Ezra.
Yes, Derek Ezra. Who was the captain of the whaler in Herman Melville's novel Moby Dick?
Ahab.
That's right. What first name is shared by the inventor of the Seed Drill, a rock band led by Ian Anderson and Clary Grundy's late father in the Archers?
Jethro.
Yes. Which of the Enigma variations by Elgar was a mighty hunter in the Old Testament?
Nimrod.
Right. Who won the French men's singles tennis championship in 1983?
Abraham.
Not Abraham. Try again.
Noah.
It was Noah. That's right. Yannick Noah. What biblical name is usually given to a double magnum of champagne?
Jeroboam.
Okay, right. So we'll just excuse that last square and ask you a general question on biblical characters. Which Old Testament character had a coat of many colours?
Joseph.
Right, 2 more points, taking your score to 22. Well done. Right, pick up thy musket, or a buzzer in your case, because this is the On the Buzzer departure board. Let's look at your group picture this morning, and that means sport. Can we see the answers? Right, they're all the names of the England 1990 World Cup squad. And here we go with your first question. What is the surname of the presenter of the TV art quiz? Yes, Daphne?
Gascoigne.
That's right, connoisseur or Gaza. Well done. In the TV series Dad's Army, what was the occupation of Corporal Jones? Daphne?
Butcher.
Right again. What is the surname of JR's brother-in-law, Cliff, in Dallas? Daphne?
Barnes.
2 more, you're doing very well. What was the surname of Bonnie, the partner in crime? Yes, Daphne?
Parker.
That's right, of Clyde Barrow. Well done. What is the surname of the actress created a dame in 1960? Ian?
Robson.
That's right, Flora Robson. Which Connie played Cricket Blake? Yes, Carol?
Stevens.
That's right, in Hawaiian Eye, TV series. What was the surname of the original landlady of The Rover's Return? Yes, Daphne?
Walker.
That's right, Annie Walker in Coronation Street. Which Aubrey won notoriety? Yes, Daphne?
Beardsley.
That's right, well done. For Oscar Wilde's plays Salome. And we're left with the seamen, so a general question on the squad. England played their Group F 1990 World Cup matches in the Santa Alia Stadium. In which city? Yes, Ian?
Cagliari.
Yes, well done, 2 points. And at the end of that round, we see that Carol has 24, Ian 26, but look at Daphne, 40. No doubt Carol and Ian will conspire to do her in the Dirty Tricks round after the break. But before all that, and I think there'll be some blood on the floor by the time that's over, a little question just for you at home. Let's have a look at your flag of convenience this morning. Those are the colours of Austria. So a question on Austria for you, and here it is. Anne of Austria was the mother of which ruler known as the Sun King in France? No, Ian, no. You don't have to answer this one. This is your free question, just for you at home. And I'll give you the answer after the break. Thank you very much. Now, either. The question I asked you before the break was, Anne of Austria was the mother of which ruler known as the Sun King in France? Ian was so keen to answer it, he can now. Who was it?
Louis XIV.
Absolutely right, Ian, but I'm afraid no points, no points. You just looked a bit of a twit, that's all. Right, okay. Carol, Ian and Daphne, here we go with dirty tricks. As you know, you're on the buzzer here. I'll ask you 15 questions. If you get it right on the buzzer, then you can either knock 4 points off the score of the leading opponent or anyone you choose, or keep 2 for yourself. But the best thing to do is to play rough, be dirty. That way, hopefully you'll win. So if you're ready, here we go. Which word describes a stone coffin as used... Yes, Carol?
Sarcophagus.
True. What are you going to do?
I'll take 4 from Daphne, please.
All right, Daphne, down you come. I knew that would happen. Down to 36. Ooh. In Cockney rhyming slang, what are you doing if you take a butcher's hook? Carol.
A look.
That's right.
4 from Daphne.
Sorry, Daphne, down you come to 32. In the 1970s, Leslie McCowan was the lead singer with which Scottish pop group? Carol.
Bay City Rollers.
Ooh, aren't you clever? Right, who's coming down?
Oh, 4 away from
Yeah,
Daphne.
sorry, Daphne. Roll right down to 28 now. You were the leader once, you know.
I know.
Complete this quotation from the Gospel according to St. Matthew. Blessed are the pure in heart. Carol?
For they shall inherit the earth.
No, that's the meek, for they shall see God. So 2 to Ian and 2 to Daphne. According to the 1973 film starring Jim Dale, what was the name of the biggest dog in the world? Carol?
Digby.
Yes, well done. What are you going to do?
4 from Daphne.
Daphne, down you come to 26. So Ian's gone into the lead. And he hasn't even done it. That's the game. There are 10 to go. What name was given to the French revolutionaries who wore trousers? Carol?
Sans-culotte.
Yes.
4 from Ian.
Ian, you've just lost. You go down to 24. And Daphne's in the lead. What title is given to the chief law officer of the Crown in Scotland? Daphne?
The advocate.
I'll take it. The Lord Advocate is right. Who's going to suffer?
Oh, I think Carol.
Oh, I think so too. Yeah. Right, okay. It Shouldn't Happen to a Vet was the sequel. Carol?
All creatures great and small.
That's right. That was the name of the 74 film. And just a minute, Daphne, she's got it right. Go on, Carol.
4 from Daphne. So
Down to 22, Daphne. Carol, you've yet to take the lead, but you're answering most of the questions. What is the chief characteristic of the plant genus Campanula? Campanula. Ian.
It's bell-shaped.
Very good. Bell-shaped flowers, yes.
The 70-year-old.
Oh, revenge is sweet. A dish eaten cold. Down to 18, I'm afraid, Daphne. On television, Bob was one of the likely lads. Daphne?
Rodney Bewes.
Sorry, you guessed wrong.
Oh.
We can ask what was the name of the other. It was Terry, so Ian and Carol benefit by 2 points apiece, and there are 5 to go. Which lake is known by the French as Lac Léman? Yes, Daphne.
Geneva.
Yes.
Ian.
Ian, down to 22. So he's in joint lead now with Carol. 4 to go. Which location connects Bulgaria, Tobermory, and Navratilova? Which location connects those 3? Bulgaria. Yes, Daphne.
Oh, Czechoslovakia.
Oh,
No,
no. Wimbledon.
Oh, yes.
Wimbledon. Never mind. 2 to Ian, 2 to Carol. Gosh, it's close. 3 to go. If the poem The Owl and the Pussycat, in the poem The Owl and the Pussycat, what colour was the boat? Yes, Daphne.
Pea green.
Yes.
Carol.
Down to 20, Carol. No, never mind. Gosh, look at that buzzer going on, Daphne. 2 to go. In geographical terms, what type of feature are cataracts? Daphne.
Waterfalls.
Yes.
Ian.
Ian, you come down to 20. It's all on this, the last question. According to the proverb, where can't you put new wine? Daphne.
Old cars.
Old
Bottles.
Old bottles.
Yes.
All right, we'll take it. What's going to happen?
I'll have 2.
Right. So that means you're all on 20. I have a little sip of water. And I ask you a tie break. Daphne, will you... If you do that one more time, you're going home. Right. Here we go. This is a tie break question. Get your fingers right on top of the buzzer, but not that close, Daphne. Here we go. Ready? The Popish plot. It would be, wouldn't it? Yes, go on.
Titus Oates.
Ah, no.
No.
The Popish plot was supposedly a plan to assassinate which English king? That means that Ian gets 2 and Carol gets 2. I'm so sorry, Daphne, but you're out.
Right.
And I'm so sorry, but it's down to you 2 now. Here we go. Just you 2 are in. Name the American comedian who was nicknamed the meanest man in the world, Ian.
Jack Benny.
You've won. Well, That's show business. Carol, Daphne, real commiserations. It couldn't have been closer. 2 tie-break questions, I think. It's the first time it's happened this series. So we say thank you for coming, and I hope you've enjoyed yourselves. Very exciting finish for us. But you don't leave empty-handed. You take the Chronicle of the 20th century and, of course, the newspaper that was printed on the day you were born. A round of applause, please. But let's see if Ian has what it takes to take off from the runway. All right, Ian, you've got the 24 points, which took you into the lead, but that's the figure that really matters now, 75, because that's how many seconds you have to answer 9 questions correctly, all right? Each time you get 3 right, I'll stop the clock, and you can swap destinations. But you have no choice about the first one. It's going to be Russia, the good old USS of ours. So fingers crossed for you. If you're ready, we're ready, and we'll start the clock now. Which is Russia's 3rd largest city and the capital of the Ukraine?
Pass.
Kiev. Which river flowing through the USSR is also Europe's longest?
The Volga.
Correct. Which film, originally a novel by Martin Cruz Smith, takes its title from an area of open space in Moscow? Nearly, yes, go on.
Gorky Park.
Yes. Black caviar is the eggs of which fish?
Sturgeon.
Stop the clock. Good stuff. 49 seconds left. You can stay with Russia, or you can go on to Brazil.
We'll keep the red flag flying high.
All right, we'll stay with the old hammer and sickle and the star up there. So well done, Ian. You're doing well. You've got just under 50 seconds to get 6 more right. So if you're ready, we are, and we'll start the clock now. Which war between Russia and Turkey broke out in 1853?
Crimean War.
Correct. What is the name of the official Soviet news agency?
TASS.
Correct. In Moscow, what is GUM?
The trading organisation.
No, I can't take it. It's a department store. Which young gymnast won 2 individual gold medals and captured the limelight from her colleague Ludmila Turasheva?
Pass.
Olga Kolbut. Which Russian president preceded Gorbachev?
Pass.
Cherchenko. The Russian alphabet has 33 letters. By what name is it known?
Cyrillic.
Correct. Stop the clock. Ooh, okay, getting a bit tight, but it's all right. You've got 17 seconds left. You can stay with Russia, or this time you can move on to Australia.
All right, we'll try Australia.
All right, we'll go around the world, go down to Australia. Snaps off rubber band, clears throat, and wishes you the best, Ian. I hope you do.
Thank you.
17 seconds. So if you're ready, we're ready. We'll start the clock. Now, which Australian creature has a furry body, webbed feet, and a flat beak?
Platypus.
Correct. When the Australian tennis player, Mrs. Corley, first won Wimbledon, what was she called?
Yvonne Goolagong.
Correct. What's the name of the long coral reef off the coast of Queensland?
Great Barrier Reef.
He's done it. Well done. Well done. And you had, what, 4 seconds left? We could have got one more question in there. Well done, Ian. Where would you like to go?
I'll have to ask the boss.
Pardon?
I'll have to ask the boss.
By that, of course, I presume you mean your missus. Yeah. I'm sure she's watching at home, and I'm sure she's as delighted as we are. Another round of applause, please, for Ian. Well, wherever you go, send us a postcard. And thank you very much indeed for playing. Thanks to Daphne and Carol as well. Thank you for watching. We'll be back at the same time tomorrow morning, 9:25, with another version of Runway. Until then, take care, and I'll see you rather sooner than you might think. Bye for now.